So it's a time for the package from Chinatown with a lot of different stuff that we're going to be unboxing. But now with the new year and new stuff coming out, there's a lot of interesting products. And there is particular a couple of items I find really interesting. So let's find out and let's go. And let's rip and tear. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. In today's video we are going to do some unboxing regarding the package from China. And I have no idea what's in here, especially with this particular one. No idea. You know, I've ordered so much different stuff that I have no idea what is in. But there is one particular item I'm searching for that I think is quite interesting when it comes to overall, let's say, performance. So let's check out and let's do a quick unboxing with a couple of these. Let's start with the big boy because this thing was absolutely in my way. Okay, so let's do a quick rip and tear today to see what we're actually having. Because there is a lot of items I've picked up and I'm just going to be honest, I don't exactly know what I ordered. So the first package, I just wanted to check it out. There's two separate packages in this and what is this? Oh, mini tripods. Yeah, and the reason I'm saying mini tripods, I have no idea. When did I order these things? Alright, next up let's take a close look at this particular one. And I ordered an 8-bit game stick and not the typical one that we have reviewed here on the channel many times before. No, this is something different. This is the 8-bit Game King. Yeah, but the thing is, this thing doesn't only play 8-bit NES. This thing has a capability of having all kinds of 8-bits. So I was really intrigued by it just to see actually what it is and how is the overall quality. So the game stick looks kind of cool. So this thing is just a very tiny plug and play device. The unfortunate thing is nowadays that we're having these non-branded SD cards. Oh boy. So it's going to be absolutely a nightmare. Some of them are such in low quality and it's going to be absolutely a problem. But we're going to do a full review about that one. So let's do a quick overview of some other packages I'm getting. It's always the question, how do I unpack this? Oh man, these things are absolutely packed up crazy. So let's do some slicing and dicing and let's check out what is in here. Ooh. Looks kind of cool. And just rip everything apart. What I'm always doing is the plastic is going to be with the plastic for recycling. Because man, there was a lot of plastic fantastic going on over here. Alright, next up we do have an Handheld, I think it is. Let's check out. I'm still hunting for the particular product. I think it's really interesting. So let's see if this is actually the product I was looking for. Ah, it's the new Mio Mini. That was the one I was looking for too. But that was not the one I was thinking, hey, this is going to be super interesting. Yo, no, the Mini, the Plus with the new firmware pre-installed for better compatibility and other things. Oh, look at this. Nowadays, Go Game Geek have their own very cool keyring. Another long package, and let's see if this thing contains the product I was searching for. Alright, there we go. Nice. Oh, they just basically like double, like taped it. Okay. There we go. And grabbing another handheld, I'm guessing it is. Let's see in here. Oh man, I can tell you, sometimes I do wait a little bit too long for unwrapping everything and unpacking it. Okay, so this seems to be another product picked up from Go Game Geek. And this is a mouse pad. Okay, so it seems to be having things. Oh, there goes my microphone. Grab. So you can see me struggle with these packages. Alright. Let's check out. And in here we're finding, let's see, this is an handheld, that's for sure. Ah, it's the one I didn't review. It is the RG35XX-H. It's a landscape model. And it has a lot of potential. So in here we're not going to do any further unboxing. Ooh, comes with an Irish case. You know, it's kind of funny, in my storage I have so many of these cases. Sometimes I'm looking at them more like I have no idea where they are for. Yeah, when it comes with a very nice Anbernic logo, you know it's for an Anbernic handheld. But beside that point, oh man, it's absolutely sometimes a nightmare, especially when it comes to unzipping these things. Alright. Next up, let's see what's inside this particular one. Save the best for last, or I'm hoping. So I'm really curious what we're getting inside of this package because I've ordered a couple of those game box devices. That one of the things was really curious how this actually was because they were promoting it as an interesting product. But let's see what we're getting inside this package. We see two controllers and yep, this is the game box I've ordered. The weird thing is with this particular one, is this thing a game box or is it just a mini PC? Okay, so let's do a quick overview. We're having two controllers and the controller quality is it's okay. They look chemical. There's the same two ones we have seen with many of these game boxes. The PlayStation 2 knockoffs. They have rubberized joysticks, so they're not the, let's say, the worst quality out there. We have a converter. In here we're having an other box, and inside, let's check out what they hide inside. So we have all kinds of converters from DVI to HDMI. We're having a power supply that is in 12 volt 3 amp, and I can tell you these things doesn't feel really like 2 amp, and the converter for European, so they did a great thing with that. The dongle for the controllers, and in here we're having even more stuff. So they were actually like saying this game box should emulate PlayStation 2. Cabling. It seems to be this is the high-speed 500 gigabyte drive that they're implementing. The brand called LZAKR-MR. That's basically how I'm going to be pronouncing it. Otherwise, I'm going to be butchering the name. It seems to be that this is just a USB 3.0 drive, or at least the enclosure. So we don't have an internal hard drive, but an external one. So what is convenient, you can actually use this on many other systems, depending on what kind of flash configuration bottle serial they are using. So it's not a 100% waste if the PC completely sucks. So in here we find the mini PC, and this is the new game box. Yeah, we're moving on to mini PCs now, and I have no idea what this actually is. Scan the QR code to learn how to switch systems, and I'm guessing this is more like pressing the dial with a keyboard, so we know exactly how it is, if it's even like Bottasera. I just wanted to do this quick unboxing with you. Do we have like the two jack ports at the front, on and off switch, having in front USB 3.0, and at the back we're having the 2.0. So what's quite unfortunate with this, so if you want to connect this thing, you want to have the full potential of the hard drive and the speed, we need to use the front port, otherwise we are using 2.0 and there's a significant difference. There is no HDMI, we do have the display port, but you do have a converter, so it's interesting that they're giving you this. That makes, in my opinion, no sense, because we can only have, I think with DVI we cannot have audio. So yeah, that's something we need to share. So I don't understand why they're using the DVI or at least the display port to the HDMI port converter. I do have these things laying around somewhere. Later on I'm doing a quick tour down. It's kind of cool they added a sticker. Seriously? Like, is this such a huge sticker that we can't remove? Yep, that is absolutely one of those stickers. What a freaking nightmare. Okay, so starting off is indeed Bottasera, but the main problem we're having is that there is no configuration done with the controller. So the thing you need to do is plug in the dongle itself. You will get yourself the configure input for the first time. It would detect one gamepad at a time, so you need to hold the button. It says twin joystick. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is configure everything. And sometimes it's not necessary, that depends if the seller already did this or on the image itself. Start, select. Up, down, left, right on the D-pad. We're having the shoulder buttons left, right. Then we're having the left analog up and left, and the same goes for the right joystick, left triggers, and the left, let's say, buttons underneath, or at least when it comes to the right stick presses. Okay, so for the hotkey I'm pressing select over here. That means when pressing select to start, it will go back to the main menu. Okay, so that's done. So the first thing you can already see that there was some naming going on the top, and this means actually that there's audio coming out of the machine. But due of the weird configuration with the DVI to HDMI, we do have absolutely amazing signal out, but there is no music. So you can just always mess around with it if you want to. If you want to go to the settings, mess around with that. But unfortunately, there is no audio. So what we're going to do is using external speakers. I will show you what I mean. I can just use a jack cable, but in this case I want to use external speakers. So if you have the device, audio device, having jack cable, in this case these are like these very cheap, say, plug and play speakers. They're absolutely great for situations like this. So you plug in USB for powering and the jack for just the sound, and that's it. Plug it into your system and you have audio. I do wonder, like when you see this very strange, very short intro, did they made it themselves or did they just rip it somewhere? Would not be surprised. But loading up some Bottasera didn't reboot, and otherwise we do have some issues when it comes to the audio output. Loading up the Bottasera will take up some time. depending on how big, of course, hard drive is, 500 gigabytes, so it will not take up a long time. And again, you can just use this on a different PC. Maybe in the future we will do so, but for now we just want to see this configuration where we can actually play with this thing. So when it comes to Batocera, it's absolutely amazing piece of software. You can just, by the way, download this for free and just build yourself this and use it on a different PC. But this was more like an all-in-one plug-and-play situation. So PlayStation 2 and let's say PlayStation Portable system, I just wanted to check out if this is able to run great. Of course, PlayStation 3 will not run because this old chipset they're using in the hand. So Atari, we have all kinds of cool stuff, but I think particularly when it comes to these mini PCs and the cheaper mini PCs like this, with a price budget, you need to take consideration that it will run a lot of stuff, but we do have limitations. So we have all kinds of cool stuff you can play with it, but again, if you're going to slap this hard drive on a more powerful, let's say AMD or Intel CPU GPU combination, we have so much more potential when it comes to over emulation. One of the systems is N64 that doesn't run great on game boxes, so we can check that one out too. But let's see what we're actually getting with this, because yeah man, there is so much stuff you can actually play, and how far can we push it. Pressing start on your controller will give you into the main menu. Over here we're having system settings, and then we're having information where we're going to check out what we're actually having in the inside when it comes to specifications. So it says that it has Batocera version 37, then we're having disk format X4, 36 Celsius on idle, so that's absolutely not bad at all, but the main problem is the CPU model. It's the J1800. This is an ancient dinosaur when it comes to, let's say, the Celerons. It's not super bad, but will it actually play PlayStation 2 and all the other craziness? That is something we're going to find out today. So the first thing I wanted to check out is some PlayStation 1, and this runs perfectly, but I do have some weird thing going on at the moment with my signal input. You can see that it blacks out sometimes. Doesn't matter, let's check and take a close look at some gameplay. And also the main problem we have again, that we do have the issue that not only it's blacking out, so this is getting really annoying now, but the main problem also is that we have the issue that, that it's keep doing it, and that we don't have any background audio. So this is happening. So let's check out if I can even wiggle with the cable and see if it's going to be any better. Wiggle with a cable. We need to put it on a t-shirt. But the unfortunate thing is, if you want to try some PlayStation 2, this thing is absolutely not capable out of the box. The first game is just actually not working at all, and I think it's one of the most easy games to emulate. But let's try a couple of reboots, see if this thing is actually be rebooting at all, or is it just completely stuck. Would be a very convenient thing, because we're going to switch out to the display to HDMI, because the dongle it's now using is glitching out like crazy. Alright, so that fixes the issue of the audio, so we don't need the external speakers anymore. So let's get rid of these things. Ah, my cables are stuck. Another thing I just wanted to check out quickly is Sega Dreamcast. And with Sega Dreamcast, yeah, it's going to be the same shenanigans what we have seen with many of these cheaper devices. It's absolutely amazing that I can actually play, but I heard some hiccups going on in the beginning of the video. You can just hear it over there. So the overall emulation performance is going to be being just mediocre. We can actually play the games to a certain point, of course, and depending on what kind of game you're going to be playing, you can see some glitching going on, but that's due of this, let's say, bad configuration of CPU, GPU. It's absolutely fascinating to see that we can actually play it at all, but still. So next up, I just wanted to also check some Sega Saturn, and you can just actually see here that this is unplayable. It's kind of weird, to be honest, because now with MELEC and some Android boxes, we can actually play this, not every single game, but this runs really bad, to the point that it's just unplayable. And you know, this makes no sense that they're actually selling this. Okay, so when you're looking at, let's say, Panasonic 3DO is a system that cannot be played correctly, or at least decent enough to enjoy. And the same goes for this old J1800. It's nothing better. And yeah, also when it comes to this particular part, they can just remove it, because this thing is absolutely unplayable. You can just hear this crackling noise in the audio. Yeah, and this is not the way I actually want to play it. Oh, this sounds really bad. Okay, so that's it for the package from China for now. I just want to do a deep dive into this product later on. So consider subscribing, hit the little bell. There are a lot of different products coming out, and I'm really curious what this year will bring. Thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it will be great to see you in the next video.